So we continue today with our class Kosher Kitchen. And we start with a story about Chaim, told by his son. So in the next story is the suffering souls. We're extremely careful not to respond harshly to the poor who would make their rounds in town, even though their words were sometimes cause for anger. He was concerned lest the strangers, lest he transgress the prohibition, you shall not cause pain to any widow or orphan. It's from Shmos 22:21. Which our sages Michilta there applied to any suffering soul. He was extremely careful and would caution others as well not to exact pain on a widow or orphan. Okay. My brother-in-law, Rabbi Mendel Zaks, relates the following, which he heard from my father. In my father's youth, it happened in our city that a widow rented an apartment for a Jewish laborer. Okay. In her poverty, she was unable to pay rent, so the landlord attempted to evict her, but it was winter and she refused to leave. The landlord then proceeded to remove roof that covered her dwelling. The entire city was uproar over the wicked deed. However, the landlord paid no attention to this and forced the widow to leave at the heights of the winter. My father concluded years passed that nothing happened, but my father concluded years passed and nothing happened, but I did not forget this despicable incident. I said to myself, can it be that the life will go smoothly for this man? When God declares my wrath shall blaze against him. Some 10 years later, the landlord was beaten by a mad dog. After a few days, he began to bark like a dog. The illness lingered for a few more weeks, and he died. Right. So it's very interesting, this story about how Chaim was careful, right, and not to avoid poor, and sometimes these poor people. So sometimes these poor people they can be very annoying, as we understand, right? Because they think that they are entitled of more, right? Entitled to more. So right. So it's very, very important not to aggravate it, and especially here, this landlord. I mean, we understand he has to pay a mortgage and stuff like that. I mean, but there is a widow. There is a widow to deal with. Understand? Not in the middle of the winter. Okay, no problem. So we start here. So, right. Something's going on. All right. We continue with our Kosher Kitchen, and we're on chapter 15, and our topic is Kosher Kitchen. So last time we did countertops, and we said it depends what countertop, if it's granite, marble, metal, smooth wooden. So we said many people would put the hot pots on top of the counter. So it is like it touched the kli rishon, right? Because inside or outside doesn't matter, right? And that presents a big issue. And in this case, you have to do even miluban, meaning with a hot stone. So not just pour from the kettle, let's say, but also add their stone. Hot stone, right? But we said it's only because we assume that you put something hot in there. But for example, as I said, in my family, we never put pots on the counter, never ever, right? Especially hot, even plate. A plate, for example, you warm up something in a microwave, some bowl of soup. I would not put a bowl of soup on the counter. I put some things underneath. So in this case, I mean, of course, we knew that, so we don't need to do this with a hot stone. So just regular hot water from a clear shot. But if person is not sure, or that's their custom to put things on the counter itself, yeah, in this case, it's not going to work out so well. Okay. All right, so now we're going to the Kashering ovens. Of course, there are different types of ovens. So, I mean, we have to be concerned about a few things, right? Kosher Pesach. First, about ovens, right? Second, about say countertops, refrigerator, and what else? Refrigerator, and I mean, stovetops. What else? Sink, yeah. Okay, so sink is a thing. Okay, so let's see. So we start with oven. The commonly accepted that the gas or electric oven may be kosher with libum kal. Okay. However, there are those who question this practice and require libum gamur. Since it is difficult and dangerous to use blowtorch in a household oven, the stricter opinion requires that an indication of the methods, or in addition to the methods of Kasher described below, one place metal insert into the oven, or a liner, or a line the oven with a heavy-duty aluminum foil. As a full self-cleaning cycle may be sufficed, even according to most of the stricter opinions. Okay. The following are commonly accepted methods of kashering various types of ovens. Okay, so before we continue, let's read this introduction again, and we're going to explain. Okay. So in oven, we try to get rid of non-kosher residue, of course. So that's the thing. Okay. So again, from the beginning, it is commonly accepted that the gas or electric ovens may be koshered with libum kal. Okay. So what does it mean? Commentary. This is based on a ruling cited in the name of Rav Aaron Kotler and Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky. In Eretz Israel, the custom is to be more stringent. Okay. However, there are those who question this practice to require libum and require a libum gamur, meaning that it should be like white from the heat. Since it is difficult and dangerous to use a blowtorch, right, in the household oven, can damage it. The stricter opinion requires that, in addition to the methods of kashering described below, one place the metal insert into the oven, right? So meaning even after kosher, into the oven, or line with a heavy-duty aluminum foil. I'm not sure how to line it. I mean, you have to align top, sides, and you have vent, right? And like a fan. I'm not sure. Like it's okay. So it's. I'm not sure if it's going to stick. Okay. A self-cleaning cycle may be sufficient, even according to most stricter opinions. So that's what we actually recommend everybody. So if a person have a self-cleaning cycle, so I'm not sure, like it would be like 30-40 minutes, that depends on the stove. Or if person does not have this self-cleaning cycle, we just say put it on a maximum, whatever is it, for 45 minutes. 550, whatever degrees are. Okay. And it should burn everything inside. So that this libum gamur means like it's going to burn. Whatever taste is, you can leave it there. As we said before, you're not obligated to clean anything. Just leave it as it is. Okay. So since it is difficult and dangerous to use the blowtorch, okay, we said, okay, so apologize. Continue. Following following are commonly accepted methods of kashering various types of oven. Cleaning the oven. Okay. Before an oven may be kosher, it must be cleaned of any actual chametz or non-kosher food, or baked on grease. The entire oven and its racks should be cleansed with a caustic cleanser. Caustic cleanser. Okay. Every area into which the food may spill must be cleaned. Right. This includes, but not limited to, the grooves of the shelves. Right. Of course. I mean, you remove the shelves and try to clean everything. The oven door, of course. So there is like the insulation, oven door, and all of the crevices and corners. It may, if any spots remain, the area should be cleansed again, cleaned again, following the instruction on the caustic cleaner. Okay. Any stubborn stain that remain may be ignored. In a convection oven, the fan should be sprayed with a caustic cleanser while it is circulating, and clean the bed while it is circulating, and clean to the best of one's ability. Okay, so let's do this again. So first we have to, as we understand, we have to remove all of this residue, everything extra from our oven. Okay, so all of the dirt basically. So again, before the oven may be koshered, it must be cleansed of any chametz. So I mean, of course, we're kosher for chametz, but as we said before, the same procedure would be for any other koshering, right? I mean, they by mistake may did some milk and like dairy. You have a mother-in-law visiting, and that's what she did. Okay, no problem. So we have to kosher back to make it, meat. Okay. So again, so it's exactly the same procedure. Before oven may be koshered, it must be cleaned of any actual chametz or non-chametz food. Okay. Or baked on grease. Okay, so that's what we must do. Completely clean. Right, whatever like residue. So I mean, you take. Usually there is a light in oven. You turn on light. You need a spotlight. Not spot, like a flashlight. You take flashlight. Whatever you need to do. Right. So non-kosher food or bake on grease. Okay. The entire oven and the racks should be cleansed. So racks you take out, and then when you're ready to kasher, you have to put the racks back, right? Because you want to kasher the racks as well. Racks and what else? All of the inserts, basically whatever. Forget about inserts. No, inserts also. But you can also kasher grids from the top of this oven, the stove, like inside. Okay, you can kasher them on top, but since you're going to kasher oven anyway, so you can kasher them inside. So you just clean them well, and you can kasher them. Okay. The entire oven and the racks should be cleaned with caustic cleanser. Okay. Every area into which food may spill must be cleaned. So meaning, it's not a huge area. It's not like we have commercial stove or something, right? But there are some things, right? And if somebody have convection on, so many newer stoves today have convection. What is convection? So there is a fan, and it's like blow like the hot air like constantly. So it's like circulating. This includes, but not limited to, the grooves of the shelves. I mean, of course, you take out the shelves. You can like wash them in a sink or something before you do all of this. Okay, an oven door. So of course, there's sometimes something would splatter on the oven door and stay for a long time, right? Or this between the door and insulation. Of course, we have to wash there. All right, and all crevices and corners, so everywhere. So we can take like used toothbrush or something, right? We can to reach everyone. If any spots remain, the area should be cleansed again, following instruction on the caustic cleanser. Okay. So meaning, right? If they did not clean, I'm not sure why this thing is like self-cleaning is not going to work. It's not enough, but they say the first thing like you have to clean completely. Okay. Any stubborn stain remains may be ignored. So meaning all the stubborn stain like it's so like it's ingrained so much into the metal. There is not much you can do. Like unless the thing that you can damage the top layer. So that's not what we want. And like if it's so stubborn, it's never going to fall off or something. Okay. In convection oven, the fan should be sprayed with a caustic cleanser while it is circulating. I mean, it's okay. While it's circulating and cleaned to the best of one's ability. Okay. So because for sure it has all of the residue, for sure, this fan. Okay. Continue. So step B, Kashering process. After the oven and the racks have been sufficiently cleaned, okay, the racks should be put back in the oven, and the oven should then be heated to the highest setting, right? If the oven has a broiler setting, it should be set on a broil for between 45 minutes and 1 hour. So it's pretty again, if a person does not have this. Self-cleaning cycle. So this, as we said, 45 minutes is usually more than enough. So if person has broil, do broil. Broil usually on the bottom. Okay. So broil means it comes from the top. Okay. Once this is done, the oven is considered kosher. Since halachos are sometimes placed directly on the oven racks to warm, it is advisable to kasher the racks in a self-cleansing oven. Right? So I mean that's what we say. You just put all the racks in there. If this is not possible, they may be covered with foil for the duration of Pesach. Okay, no problem. One should So all these extra racks. I guess you can use them. Okay, but just covered. One should consider purchasing separate set of oven racks for Pesach use. Okay, I mean the only issue is like if you live in a like normal apartment, you just don't have a place to store all of these things. Of course, it's preferable, but where are you going to store it? That's the thing. Right. So and then plus it's very interesting. These manufacturers, they charge so much for extra. It's unbelievable. So I remember. Like a long time ago, we wanted to buy extra shelf for refrigerator. The extra shelves cost like shelf, like they wanted like 20% worth of the whole refrigerator, like not normal for a shelf. Continue. C, a self-cleaning oven. Okay, so that's the best. I mean, it's the easiest. I mean, actually, that doesn't matter. It is self-cleaning. I'm not sure how the cycle is different from the top one, from the one that we did describe before. Like, if you don't have a self-cleaning, you just put it at 40 that highest settings for 45 minutes. Okay. The self-cleansing oven may be koshered by running it through the full self-cleaning cycle. The time is approximately, let's say, maybe even more. It is not necessary to clean the oven itself beforehand. I mean, that's what it says in instruction also, but it's going to smell. Guess what? So I think it's very preferable, and I always recommend to clean it. For sure, that would not take you as long, like a very long time, but you must clean it unless you want it to, like, the whole apartment is going to smell. Okay. However, if oven door, especially in the area that remains outside of the oven chamber, and a gasket, gasket they call it, right? Especially the groove under the gasket, should be cleansed beforehand. Meaning that these things, right? So again, the self-cleansing oven, so we run, as they say, not necessary to clean, but we said preferably. However, the oven door, especially area that remain outside of the oven chamber, right, and the gasket that are inside, especially grooves like around the gasket. So of course, I mean, it's preferable to take some brush, like a toothbrush or whatever other brush, right, and clean there. Okay. Right, so a person should check an oven and so that it's completely clean. An oven cleaned with a full self-cleaning cycle may be considered sufficiently kosher, even according to many of the stricter opinions cited above. Okay. However, even after kashering the self-cleaning oven, it is preferable to avoid placing pots to rest on the oven door. Okay, so it's very interesting. So I'm not sure. We never put place the pots on the oven door. I'm not sure why would somebody do that. Does it open completely like 90 degrees? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not sure. But what he's saying, like, don't open the door and put the pot on top of the door. Okay, for the rest. Okay, so meaning for Pesach usage. Okay. Continue. A continuous cleaning oven. It is questioned whether a continuous cleaning oven can be koshered. It is difficult to clean continuous cleaning oven, since one cannot use abrasive cleansers. In addition, the heat of the self-cleaning does not approach the level of the heat of self-cleaning the oven. I'm not sure what is those, but from the name we can understand. So some kind of ovens that they clean themselves, like periodically. I don't know. Very interesting. So, but the temperature is not as high. Of course, I mean it cannot be high as when they do self cleansing cycle. Self cleansing cycle meaning that you don't have anything inside. Continuous cleaning oven, the way I understand it, it cleans itself while in operation. So that's the issue, of course. I mean, it's not going to go in as high as the self-cleansing cycle, otherwise it's going to burn everything inside. So it is understandable. That's why they say it is questionable. But on the other hand, it's very surprising that these ovens do not have a self-cleansing cycle. I mean, self-cleansing cycle. It could continuously clean itself, but once a month, once in 6 months, maybe you want to clean even better. Okay. Okay, so I don't know anybody, like nobody ever asked me about these ovens, right? And I never seen them. I only heard them from just heard about them. I'm not sure if they still make them. I'm not sure. In addition, the heat of the cleaning cycle does not approach to the heat level of the self cleaning oven. Okay, we said that. One should not purchase such an oven. Right. One should not purchase such an oven. There are options. There are opinions, that permit kashering an oven by the cleaning it well with a suitable cleanser and running it for an hour to activate the self-cleaning cycle. If spots remain, the oven should be run for several hours on a deep cleaning cycle. On a deep cleaning cycle, okay. After the oven is clean, it should be set to broil for between 45 minutes and 1 hour to kasher the oven. One should consult one's Rav as to whether one may rely on this opinion. The way I understand from this procedure, you can cook the whole oven with that. Okay, so let's read again about cells continuous cleaning oven. But as I said, I don't know anybody who has it. Okay, so again, it is questionable whether a continuous cleansing oven may be kosher. Okay, it is difficult to clean continuous cleaning oven, since one cannot use abrasive cleanser. I'm not sure what is the technology, but he said not. Okay, no problem. Use abrasive cleansers. Okay. In addition, the heat of cleaning cycle does not approach to the heat of the self-cleaning oven. Okay, right, but we can use this just put it on the highest degree. Right. One should not purchase such an oven. That's clear. Okay. There is opinion that permits kashering an oven by cleaning it well with suitable cleanser, whatever you can use, and running it for an hour to activate the self-cleaning process. Okay. So meaning you run them for an hour and this self-cleaning is going to be working. Okay. Makes sense. So I'm not sure what is the problem. I mean, the only difference, as he explained in the beginning, that you cannot clean it well. Okay. If the spots remain, the oven should be run for several hours on a deep clean cycle. Okay, several hours. After the oven is clean, again the issue is because you cannot use this abrasive cleansing. I mean, okay. So I think that this even sprays today. There's special sprays today. They're so powerful they can dissolve a metal. Okay. So for sure, some stain. And as we said before, if you have the stubborn stains, I mean, it's not going anywhere. After oven is clean, it should be set to the broil for 45 minutes. In addition to everything, right? And 45 minutes and 1 hour to kosher the oven. Right. One should consult the Rav as to whether one may rely on this process. Okay, I think it's cheaper just to buy a new oven. All right, I mean, they're just simple one. They don't cost, I mean, it's expensive, but not that much. Okay. So next one, and plus, before buying oven, there is a Jewish-owned stores in Jewish neighborhoods. You can go to their website and just check whatever they sell, so you know that's kosher and that's recommended. Very simple. Right. Okay. So next one is the stovetop. Okay. So the oven maybe maybe we're not going to use oven, but stovetops for sure. You need to cook on Yom Tov, on Pesach. The stovetops. And it's as we said, it's koshering for Pesach, and also koshering if you move to the new apartment or something. Right, you move to a new apartment. It was not kosher, so now we need to kosher it. The stovetop. A gas stovetop has several parts that must be considered. Okay, several parts that must be considered. A metal grates upon which the plate one places the pots. So that's the one that I said you can place it inside of the oven, but you can kosher them on top also. There's no problem, right? So metal grates for sure. The burners from which the flame emerges, and a drip pan, and the entire stovetop surface. Okay, so I think they're going to go into each of these elements separately, so we're not going to review. So, but quickly, right? Grates upon which you put the stove, burners from which the flame comes, drip pan. Drip pan only if you don't have sealed burners, but I'm not sure when they started. So like some time ago, they started this technology sealed burners, so there is no drip pan basically. Right? There is nothing removable. But in olden days, like what we had, you just there's a hole around the burners, everything spills there, whatever, and you have this tray, and you have to clean it from time to time. Right, but with sealed burners, so there is no such a tray. So in all like cheaper models, that's what you have, drip pan. Burners we said, drip pan we said, stovetop source, like the rest of the surface. Of course, there is spillage for sure. And the last one is the backsplash. Wow, backsplash knobs also, right? And then he goes into electric stoves. Okay, no problem. So let's start with grates. Since the pot come into direct contact with grates, and the food often spills onto them for sure, they must be koshered. Okay. Some opinion require the libum gamur with a torch, right? This would seem to be opinion of Graz, who cites Rema without noting, as Mishnah Brura does, that it is a humra. Okay, no problem. So libum gamur. However, the commonly accepted custom is to kasher them with libum kal. The source for this is Mishnah Brura 451:34, who notes that Rema requirements of libum gamur is a humra, right, a stringency. Thus, since it is difficult under the household condition to do the libum gamur, right, and since many grates are damaged by such intense heat, one may rely on libum kal. Okay, so just like we're going to see, just heat them up. That's it. Okay, libum kal. They may certainly be kosher with the self-cleansing oven. Okay, as I said, right. And it's if you have self-cleansing cycle, just put it there, and of course we have to clean and remove all the residue, right? Because it's going to smell. But otherwise, yeah, put it inside. But if you don't have, even if you don't have, the way I see it, like still when you run this, as we said, 45 minutes to 1 hour on the highest degree, like the oven still, it is like a self-cleansing cycle. I'm not sure what's the difference between the both of them. I'm not sure. I mean, that one is just preset. I guess that's preset time. Maybe it does something else. I'm not sure 100%. Right, but if you're going to kosher oven, you can put there this stove grates also. I mean, just save time, right? Just save time and not to like overheat apartment needlessly. Okay, so one more time, the grates may also be koshered by covering them. By covering them with a clean blech or double a layer of the heavy-duty aluminum foil, and turning the burners for the highest setting for 10 to 15 minutes. So meaning the double blech, so meaning to preserve the temperature inside, or cover them, as he said, in aluminum foil, heavy duty aluminum foil, right? Again, so because the thin one, the regular one, whatever we used to for cooking, like it's not going to hold. It's too thin. It's going to burn through, right? So heavy duty, right? And then burn for 10-15 minutes. So now it's going to go, the flame, the heat is going to go all around. So that's the solution. These methods may be considered libum gamur. Okay, because it would increase the temperature inside. One must use extreme caution when kashering in this manner. It is not advisable to kasher all the burners at once, and all of the parts and all of the plastic parts, for example knobs, should be kept clear of the blech or foil, meaning otherwise it's going to burn. The temperature would be so hot, so it's going to burn everything inside. So another issue. So I think in our old oven, what happened, because it was so hot, it melted backsplash. Even the backsplash was designed to withhold the temperature, right? So you still have to be careful. That's why he's saying don't do all of the burner at once. Okay, so maybe in diagonal fashion would be more safer. So basically, what it tells to me, you have to be prepared, to spend a lot of time, right? So don't think that you're going to do everything in half a day. It's not going to work out so well, right? So and he said, be careful with be careful with the knobs, because again you can melt the knobs with such an extreme temperature. Okay. Okay, continue. The stove should not be left unattended while being kashered. If it is difficult to kasher the grates using one of these methods, one may kasher grates by cleaning them thoroughly and holding each part of the grate in a flame with flame retardant oven meat. Flame retardant oven meat. Okay. For 1 minute. Okay, so it's minimum. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, no problem. There is a special oven mitt. I'm not sure. So that is so heat resistant. I mean, we have oven mitts it's made of silicone. I mean, but it's only go in and out. But to hold some piece of metal that's been heated. Okay, I'm not sure. I mean, we're not tried. Okay, one should consider the option of purchasing special grates to be used after year after year for Pesach. Okay, no problem. Okay, again, the problem with the storage, where to store it, that's the issue. Right. So, but if again, as we said, you can kosher these grates inside of the oven. Next one, the burners. The burners is, I guess, the most easy to clean. The burners, the part from which the flame emerges, should be thoroughly cleaned and turn on for a few minutes. To burn off any actual food that remain. Right. They need not to be koshered, since they never come into contact with the Pesach pot. So that's easy. Yeah, of course, the food might splatter on them, right? That's what we said. So you clean them well, open flame for a few minutes, and basically that's it. Right? They always so hot, even if you use small flame. So they would burn everything, and plus, the most important part, I guess, the second argument that Pesach pot never sits on the burner, so it's much higher. Okay. So next one is a drip pan. The drip pan should be thoroughly cleaned. It is advisable to cover the area of the drip pan directly beneath the cooking area. Again, the drip pan should be thoroughly cleansed. Okay, so I mean the drip pan is a thing where if you have all open burners, right? So there is a hole around the burners, so that the food spills there. Okay, the drip pan should be thoroughly cleaned, right? So again, it never in contact with the pots, right? It just contact with whatever falls in. It is advisable to cover the area of the drip pan directly beneath the cooking area, since the liquid may drip into the drip pan. As a result, the steam may enable the chometz taste absorbed in a drip pan to reach the chometz spots. I mean, it's not that big. I mean, you can cover the whole pan, but technically, he's saying that it's even enough, like beneath the area, wherever this, beneath the area where the opening, the holes, so cover there with aluminum foil, because whatever spillage, right, if the liquid is too hot, it can re-enable this chometz that absorbed into this pan. Okay. And it was hot, right? Usually, whatever went on this drip pan, for sure it was hot. Okay. Continue. There are disposable aluminum covers available in most stores that sell Pesach supplies. Disposable aluminum covers. I mean, I'm not sure. Like just use aluminum foil, right? That's it. Should work. If during Pesach any food comes into contact with a burner or a deep pan, the food should be discarded. Right? I mean, usually I don't think people usually eat whatever like spilled on a burner or a drip pan, right? So, but he says just in case, don't eat this food. Okay, no problem. Okay. So next one is a stovetop surface. Okay, so meaning stovetop surface is everything like beyond these burners, like all the things around. And of course, there were like it came in contact with the chometz for sure. Things spill. Okay. The stovetop surface. Okay. In many modern stoves, the grates cover the entire stovetop. Right. Okay. So meaning what they. So in olden days, right, you have like a regular, you have grates, right, and it's like have all of these supports for a pot. That's it. But now they have, even though they have the same like four burners, but these grates are so big, so they cover the whole spot. So basically, I think it's very convenient. It's very convenient because, for example, you can you cooked and then you moved like slide to the pot to the side, and then you put another there. So like it's stove space. It's much more usable. So meaning some things you would just want to warm up. You like, but you're already cooking something. You can put next to it. Very interesting. I mean, I think it's very like brilliant invention, and it's very convenient. Okay. So again. In many modern stoves, the grates cover the entire stovetop. Exactly. In these models, the grates are koshered in the manner described above. Okay. So meaning you can rub them as we said, but or put them inside. Okay. So meaning rub them, leave it on top, like to turn on the heat and do like whatever they say. Okay. 10 to 15 minutes. The stovetop surface beneath the grates, whether the metal or glass, is cleaned thoroughly but need not be covered. Okay. The stovetop surface beneath the grates, whether the metal or glass, is cleaned thoroughly but need not to be covered. Okay. Okay, I mean again. So the thing is because you don't usually put this like pot on that spot, right? And that's it. So counter. It is advisable to cover the area directly below the pots, as we noted with regard to drip pan. So I mean that we always do that. I mean, first of all, it's much easier to clean. Like I mean, that's the first concern, right? You cover the whole area with aluminum foil, like make holes for the burners, and that's it. So like it became dirty, you throw out, and you don't need to wash the whole stove. So I think it's very convenient. Okay. Okay. clean thoroughly. It need not to be covered. Okay, so in the general he said need not to be covered, but I would say he said it's preferable. Okay, so because but why need not to be covered? Because you don't put the pot there. The models with exposed area upon which the one often placed hot pots. I think that he's talking in the middle, but we're going to see with exposed area. The models with exposed area upon which one often places hot pots. The exposed surface should be thoroughly cleaned and covered double layer heavy duty aluminum foil. Okay. So let's see the commentary. I think it's in the middle, but let's see. Incidentally, if the stove is used year-round for meat and dairy, one may not place the pots containing this area, right? Or containing this area for sure. So meaning because we said that like even outside surface like of the meat pot is the meat. So we said if it's if a meat pot touches the dairy pot where it's hot, could be a problem. Maybe you need to kosher things. Okay. Right. But he said that he gives another reason since meat and dairy splatter there. So even you use it as a rest, but still splatter there. Okay. One should not even put cold items there, cold item on it, since the area is hot when the oven is heated. Okay. No problem. Continue. Okay, so next, glass, cornic, or other non-metal surface may be ruined when covered and nearly impossible to kosher. So meaning that it says if you buy this what is it, the black, we have those. We have this this hot plate, right? And it has glass cover, like a glass top. So this you cannot put black. It says like clearly that has 17 warnings in red. So don't cover it with aluminum foil. It's going to like crack. Okay. So so again, so they say the surface is impossible to cover. Is kosher. Initially, one should not purchase such a stove. One who wishes to use such a stove on Pesach should consult Rabbi. Okay. I'm not sure what he would say because for sure on the because for sure the food spills out on this stove top. So basically, we have gas, we have regular, but some people have what is it, electric. So and it's one flat surface. You understand? So for sure things spill there, and you have to kosher, right? Okay, so that's the problem. So I think the problem is not everywhere you have gas, natural gas, right? So in some places there is simply no gas, so people use electric, right? So it's too expensive, like some rural areas, like suburbs, right? Where was it? I don't remember. We were somewhere in Florida. And everybody would use like a big gas tanks. It's like, are you serious? Right? I don't know. They explained to us, but for whatever reason, local people explained. So yeah, they why they did not use the electric one, I'm not sure. They use gas, but in the tanks, not in the pipes. Okay. Okay, so electric stoves a problem. At least when it's glass. Can it be not glass? I'm not sure. Okay. Continue. Next one. E. The backsplash. The hot pots often touch the backsplash of the stove, right? Where you have time, or we have all these buttons, right? Therefore, the backsplash should be thoroughly cleaned and covered with a sheet of the heavy-duty foil. Okay. One must be careful not to cover the oven vent in the backsplash. That's actually the big issue. The big issue, people who did not know what they're doing. So first of all, that's thing number one. check your check your manual, stove manual, and see where exactly you went. So by us, it's very interesting. The vent is under the backsplash, like backsplash, underneath. So it is, unless you know where is it, you would never figure out. So but it's noticeable when you do something in a stove. You you smell the aroma. How can you smell the aroma? Because it comes from there, and that's why it's when for example, you have meat in there, for example, right? So when you do meat, so it's not advisable to put on that burner some dairy, right? You use dairy close to you, close to the inside of the room, not too close to the backsplash. Okay. Today, many ovens went through the rear burners. Rear burners, okay. One must be careful during the year not to place dairy or pots over these burners while the meat food is cooking in the oven, exactly as we said, or the reverse. It says by us it's not burners. It's further in. Okay, but the same concept. Still, don't put there dairy pots. Okay, so next one. The knobs. The knobs should be removed, if possible, and thoroughly cleaned. Some punctuous individual cover the knobs. However, halachically, this is not necessary. I mean, nobody eats from the knobs. Right? It's not necessary. One can obtain separate knobs for Pesach, but this is too halachically unnecessary. Okay. Continue. The electric stoves. Electric stoves. Okay. The electric stoves is kosher in the same manner as a gas stove. So, except that, since the pots sit directly upon the burners, there is no grades to kosher. One kosher the burners by cleaning them thoroughly and burning them on the highest settings until they glow. So before that, we were talking about stove surface. And now we're talking about the electric stove tops. I'm not sure, now I'm a little confused, I'm not sure where was the difference. Glass covering the other non-metal surface may be ruined when covered with when covered. So, but this the way I understand this electric stove. Okay, so this electric stove, it's like a glass top, right? And that's it. That's what it is. Okay, so now he said the electric stove tops. Electric stove tops is kosher in the same manner as this gas stove tops, except since the pots sit directly upon the burners. Okay. Oh no! I apologize. No. It's those the old style. Those on the previous page is the new style. These are old style when you have this spiral, right? So and you put there like a metal spiral and it's a burner, right? And you put the pot right on it. Okay. So that's the thing. Okay. The electric stove tops is kosher in the same manner as a gas stove top, except that since the pots sit directly on the burner, right? There is no grades to kosher. Okay, which is good. One kosher the burners by cleaning them thoroughly and turning them on highest degree until they glow. I mean, right. So until they glow. So I'm not sure what is time wise, but not. I don't think it would take too long if you do maximum settings right away. Very soon. So those are two different things. Here you have burners like old style, like it's from from many years ago, and on the previous page, like when it's glass, like a glass, and under the glass you have this heating elements. So that's the difference. Okay. Next one, the oven hood. An oven hood, a fan should be cleaned well, but they need not to be covered for Pesach. Need not to be covered for Pesach. Unless the hood is very low, one should be careful not to place very large pots directly under the hood during the Pesach. Right, so they should rather be placed in the front burners. Some punctuous individual covered oven hood with foil. That's what we do. We don't use the hood on Pesach. Like simply, like if you think about it, it's impossible to clean it. Like inside, right? It's like I'm not sure how they would clean inside. Okay. But he said that like it depends like how high is this hood. Okay. So let's do it one more time and try to understand. The oven hood, right? So the oven hood, like for exhaust, right? The oven hood and the fan should be cleaned. So the fan is a part of the hood. Should be cleaned well, but they need not to be covered on Pesach. So it's very strange. So let's see, 21. If the hood is very low, there is no concern of zarah. Not very low. Is that the hood is not very low. So zarah meaning these evaporations. Since the area between the pots and the hood is open, and any steam dissipates in the air. Okay, so meaning right. So meaning there is no steam that reaches the thing. Okay. Unless the hood is very low. I'm not sure what is the standards for. I mean, there should be some kind of standards for a hood. Hood low. One should be careful not to place very large pots directly under the hood during the Pesach. Okay. So I mean, why? I mean, we understand. Evaporation is going to go there, the steam, and then go to drop into your pot, which is not good. One should do the same during the year as well. If one cooks meat and dairy in large pots, right? So I mean exactly the same. So basically, you want this hood to be like not meat and not dairy. They should rather be placed in the front burners, meaning you have big pots. Use it put them on the front burners, meaning all of the aroma is going to go into the room, not through the filter, but into the room. Okay, no problem. Some punctuous individual cover oven hood with foil. That's what we do. I mean, that's like a quicker and simpler solution. So let me see the time. All right, so time is time. So I think we can stop here. So I'm not sure what should we do. I mean, the battery is going to die very soon. I'm not sure when. But any moment. So I think from there we can continue from another device, but it's going to be only sound, and the same device from what I read. Maybe it's will be sufficient. So let's do 5 minutes break. See, maybe HaShem is he's merciful, but maybe one more time. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, I buy good stuff, but it's not working. Right. So right, 5 minutes. Okay, so we continue with our questions. So first question is from today, and it says, Shalom Rabbi, I wonder, what is the border of being silly, playful, and happy with litzanot? For example, when speaking with or playing with one's children, but also in general in one's personality. So one more time, I wonder where's the border being silly, playful, or happy in the note, for example, when speaking with friendly Shiur. So it's actually, it's a very interesting question. The person left. Asked the question but left. Or never. So it's, we had this story. Okay, here we go. So we had a story about this in this book where I'm now, and the story was that one rich person, he passed away, right? And he said in his will, so my money, I want to he appoint somebody to be in charge of his what is it, inheritance, right? And he left a big chunk of money to the people who is mentally ill, right, of his town, wherever the town he was from. And the town was small, right, and there were not too many demands, so big chunk of money just sitting there, and there was a religious person inside of this distribution. And then one poor Jew came, right, to Talmid Chacham or something, right? So he came and said, "Can I apply to the grant for the fund? I'm in it." And he said, "Yeah, but who is it for?" He said, "It's for me." "For you, it sounds very normal." He said, no. When I play, so he said, "You see, I am a widower. So my wife passed away, so my children is very depressed. So I'm trying to play with them. I try to entertain them. So and sometimes I like silly, like I would pretend I'm a horse. I'm this animal, that animal, and we like a 3-year-old and me, almost the same brain." Right, with entertainment. So meaning, and he gives the story from a Talmud, and one of the rabbis, I don't remember which one, but he was acting this way, and it's like, and he said it's like man is shoteh in some sense. So he said, for sure, I'm shoteh. Come and check how I play with my children, like always. And I'm entitled to the grant. So, and after all this back and forth, of course, I would not remember all the details, but they say it's not exactly the same. Yeah, the person is like that with children, and it's even kings, the most serious people are like that with children, but it's still, they're normal. So, I mean, when you play with children, there is no problem. Okay, that was the story. So next question. Rabbi, I wonder why in the morning blessing we ask HaShem to save us from though litigant, whether he's a Ben Bris or not Ben Bris, meaning the Jew or non-Jew, no, rather than whether he's a Jew or a Goy. That's what it says in translation. I'm not sure Ben Bris and not Ben Bris. I'm not sure what Siddur is used. I'm not sure. Right, it says from neighbor. I think the translation is like this: "I save him from neighbor, be it a Jew or non-Jew." That's how we usually translate this. As well, the use of the term Ben Bris twice seems repetitive. I wonder if the repetition also adds additional meaning. As I said, I think it's I'm not sure what Siddur you're using, but that's how it translates. And save me from a bad neighbor, be Jew or non-Jew. That's straightforward. Okay. So next question, Garaf, I wonder where is the buried person in the process of conversion could not be finished. So since the conversion was not finished, so the person is not Jew, so they should be buried with the non-Jews. So, but I'm not sure if it's this thing exists. So maybe it's not. I mean, for sure, try not to bury a person. For example, somebody close to us, whatever, passed away, right? Chas v'shalom, but not to bury them in a Christian religious cemetery, right, with yoshkes and other. So right, so we need for that person try to find some, I don't know, maybe non-religious people that hate crosses and stuff like that. It would be beneficial. Right. So I mean, if a person did not complete the process, like, right, I mean, what is not done, it's not done. Okay, so continue. Rav, if person is person obligated to seek a physician, even if it is commonly understood that his illness has no solution, and one should not rely solely on the miracles? Yes, that's a very good question. I'm going to read again. Is a person obligated to seek a physician, even it is commonly understood that it is if his illness has no solution, as one should not rely on an open miracle. Yeah, we should not rely on open miracle. We continue praying, but at the same time, we should get like consultation with from the best person in the field if it's possible. Right? Sometimes you have to go to a different country. There is right. So, but just because our local doctor does not know anything, like I don't know what doctor was it. Uh, but like, was it a dentist? I don't remember. Like, but I remember the feeling like you come there. It's like 1983, like equipment from 1983. So this guy, of course, he charges like a cheap insurance. He does not invest in new equipment, new anything. Like so, if does he know the new technology, new like advancement? Maybe not. Maybe not, maybe not. Right? So just because he does not know does not mean that that there is no cure, right, for this disease. At least sometimes there is some experimental things. Of course, we have to be careful with experimental thing because they even want to give you this medicine for free, right? But whether the person is going to live or die, there is like a live to be seen, right? So there is cases like that. So we have to ask a competent rabbi before making all the decision. Just because it's free, just because they say it was very successful in the first 3 months of the trial. So if person has no other choice, if is he or she obligated to take this chance, some chance, it's not such a simple thing. So we have to consider many other factors. Okay. Right. So yeah. So we don't rely on open miracles, but we rely on a miracle that would come in like a hidden miracle. So meaning the hidden miracle that HaShem is going to make this doctor successful. That's this pill work. Of course, the pills are nothing. Right? It's HaShem that works. Okay. So next question. However, if a non-Jew borrowed $100 before conversion from a Jew, okay, and the Jew charge interest to the non-Jew, okay, once the non-Jew converts, he decides to pay back the money. Does a convert have to pay with interest? Right, that's very good question. So it's a very good question. So let me repeat the question. So the question is like this. So non-Jew charges money, borrows money from a non-Jew, before the conversion. Let's say this $100, and then they owe this Jew, for example, $115. Let's say, right, for like $120. Right. So now, since he's a Jew, should he pay? Yes. It's not his money. It's the money of the person that he was before the conversion. Right. They have to pay the full amount. Right. Because as a Jew, this person never borrowed from this Jew anything. Right. He borrowed as a non-Jew. Okay. But all of the continuous interest stopped. Right, so it was 10,000 something, like now the rest of it should be stopped. But of course, like it's understandable when the Jew was lending this non-Jew money, so it was not to be because of friendly like relationship, but because in order to make money. So now like a non-Jew has to pay back the loan, right? Faster, okay. Comment, not comment. Next question. If person who's just passes away, I'm not sure why I'm talking about bad people today. If a person who just passes away after this can again, if person who just passes away after just converting, has not been married and has no will with non-Jewish parent be in charge of the decision of the burial? What if they decide to cremate them? Is it allowed for the rabbi to step in and decide what the burial will the body have? Yes, yeah. So I mean, since so I apologize. I was a little taken aback. So again, if person who just passes away after conversion, so per person converted and from the happiness passes away next day, okay, has not been married, okay, and has no will. So okay, no will. Will the non-Jewish parent be in charge of decision of burial? No. Actually, when person, I mean, unless they go to the civil court, but according to the Jewish law, if a person converts passes away, he does not have anybody to inherit him or her, right? So this money, this possession, hefker meaning whoever takes it's going to be his, right? And now since he's a Jew, so community, meaning a burial society, have responsibility to bury them. So most likely they would take money from this person's account, or if he has some possessions. I'm not sure how it's going to be done, in a legal sense, in a civil sense. I mean, of course, the parents are going to come, and they would demand the body, but halachically, we're not allowed to give them the body. So how it's going to proceed? I'm not sure. Maybe bury that person quickly. Okay, so that's the way I understand. Would be the best, right? So otherwise, if this, I mean, the way it's also my understanding. Somebody told me, not told me, but left a comment under one of the videos. I don't remember which channel even. So they say, I think we said something about cremation. I don't remember exactly what was it, but person said all these crazy liberals, right? There is a dead body pollution to the world. Right, we have to stop. We have to start cremating. Don't go crazy. This and that, something like that. So, meaning, and plus, in many places, it is much cheaper. So, in some states, I don't know, much cheaper. So, basically, these liberals want to push people to do the cremation. So, how you push? You create huge difference in price. Huge difference in price, like 5 times. I don't know. So people who are rich or maybe middle class, or if that person purchased that burial plot, there is no problem. But if now the relatives should pay, if they're not religious people, not God-fearing people, they go by the price, right? And as we had a story, when a Jew passes away, he was not observant, and his second marriage was with a non-Jew, and he had a non-Jewish son from the second marriage, and Jewish son from the first marriage. And the Jewish son said, "Let's bury him, please, on Jewish cemetery." That's he said. The Jewish non-Jewish son said, "No, he has to be buried to my mother. He lived, I understand for you it's nothing, but he lived with this woman for 50 years. Guess what? So I think he should be buried next to her on a Christian cemetery." And of course, they could not. Could not agree. They went to Kosher court, and what is the judge said? Perfect solution. Look at this. He said, "Let's cremate. Give you half of the jar of the thing, right? And ashes, and give ashes to this guy. So you bury him whatever you want, and you bury him whatever you want. So what's the problem?" understand this crazy society, right? So we have to be careful with this, right? So it's not such an easy question. So I never been involved in a situation like that. But Jews must do like maybe if burial societies say we're going to pay for all of the expenses, right? Something, right? I don't know. So and the parents do not have spent anything, so maybe they would agree. Okay, or just bury the person as fast as possible, right? Okay, so next question. Right question about Kasher, but of course it's like it can like open up like a can of worms in a legal issue. So whatever I said it just to answer, but it's the situation is much harder. Not to give the body back to the parents, of course. Okay. So you can always play stupid, like we did not know where his parents are. I mean, me personally, I don't know, like right. Most of the people, parents, I never ask them. Some people ask, like I know some people they ask, how's your mother, how's your father, how's this, how's that, how's your uncle, how's your third cousins, brother, sisters. I don't know, like they know everything. I mean, me personally, I do not ask. So if I do not know about his like parents, we don't have access to his cell phone. Somebody died, Jewish law, bury them, right? So I mean, but they call this phone number. It says disconnected. That's it. So I mean, right? So I mean, it would be a big deal for them to what is it? There is a special word. I don't remember the resume, whatever the word, like to extract the body and rebury. I don't think so. Like it would be a big deal. Okay. So continue. Great question about kashering for Pesach. I wonder if we could kasher baking pan together with oven self-cleaning cycle, right? Or it is better for us to have a special baking pan for Pesach. I think it's proper to have a special baking pan for Pesach, and plus it does not take too much room, right? So that's and plus it's cheap, right? We bought one like $8, $7 on it. Like it's not a big deal, right? Right, but technically, so we're going back to the question. Yeah, you can kasher it there. There's no problem. Okay, so continue. I wonder if we should have separate trivet for a meat and dairy. It's actually a very good question. Very good question. Because why is it a good question? Because this concern we said last time, and what we mentioned today about the counters, right? These metal counters. Why they want to us to do kosher with a stone on in our pot, right? Why? Because we said if you put the hot pot on this the hot pot on a countertop, so the chametz tastes from inside, so it's not wet, nothing splashed. So but still, since it's hot, while in contact can go into this into countertop, stone counters. Like what is the how much percentage wise? I don't know, like I don't know, many zeros, like many zeros, and right, and then one. Right, but still, since there is no nullification on Pesach for chametz, right? So that's we go stringently, right? But here is like but here is a very good question. So again, the question is whether we should have a separate trivet for a meat and dairy. It's a very good question. In our house we don't have separate ones. I'm not sure what my wife does. It's a very good question. Maybe she let it cool like a dairy. So for meat for sure we would use, but maybe dairy she would not put it in trivet, and she would let it cool down on the stove itself after cooking. That's I think what she does. That's why we don't have a second one. Right. So trivet is just those who do not know. It's like I think like a pat rest. They call it also trivet. Okay. Okay. So next one. I have a question about dealing with yetzer hara. When yetzer hara attacks us, okay, and we are struggling to avoid improper thoughts or to avoid checking the proper things, is it proper solution for us to go to sleep in this stage to run from yetzer hara, assuming that we are able to fall asleep easily, and this solution actually works? Oh, we have to read again, but before we start reading, that's how actually the body performs. That's how HaShem created this defensive mechanism in the body in order many times like not to die from the shock. A person would lose consciousness, and this loss of consciousness actually many times saves the person, right? Meaning that from pain for something, like they just disconnect, and it's good. That's like a defensive mechanism of the body that HaShem instituted, so it's good, right? So, but let's go to the question. Question about dealing with yetzer hara. When yetzer hara attacks us, and we are struggling to avoid improper thoughts. Okay, or to avoid checking improper things. Okay, so meaning on the internet or something, right? Is it proper solution for us to go sleep in this stage and run away from yetzer hara? So assuming that we are able to fall asleep easily, and solution actually works. So if that's very very good question. So I would say if a person is not going to dream about these things, so that's not a problem. But if thoughts are going to continue in a dream, that's even worse. So because now in a sleep there is less control than when person is awake. So but if a person falls asleep, and some people. Somebody told me, right? So person was so upset, upset about what? About not having dreams. I said but it's amazing not having dreams. What could be better? And this person said, you don't understand. It's no dreams, no fun. In the childhood, I don't doesn't matter what happened in this person's life, but. Since something happened, doesn't matter what, so a person lost dreams, never dreams. I say, in my mind, it's the biggest blessing, not the biggest, but one of the very good blessing. For example, when I'm a me person, when I have dreams, guess what? Since in the dreams you live through reality, I'm tired in the next morning. So for me, not to have dreams, so the whole money cake mind can become. So you're restored. But when you have dreams, you wake up tense, right? It's not good. So right. So again, the answer to the question: if a person is not going to dream about it, not sure it's a hara would not come in the dreams. Yeah, that's the best solution. Just shut off. That's it. Right. So sometimes I have some two text messages. I don't want to read from that person. I don't want to read for whatever reason. I'm not obligated, and two voicemails. So I'm planning just to delete them. That's it. Right. Some people very annoying. Okay. It is Sephardic Sidur Medin Kasher Umeal Kasher Ben Shehu Ben Brit. I need to see the cover, the publisher. I'm not sure what is it. What is this Sidur? Okay. I was wonder if there is a special meaning. Why is it used Brit Ben Brit? I'm not sure. Not sure. Maybe there is a special. I mean, if it's in Ivrit, right, it could be. Don't remember the wording. Sorry. Okay. So the next question is actually a follow-up question, and it is about if person passes after Giur, so we said that all his things are hefker, right? So all his things are hefker. So what does it mean? But if he has children, right, from the Giur, they convert to with him. Is it hefker? 100%. It's not theirs. So these children have no connection with to that person, right? If he has a wife, for example, right? So now, if they got married after the hoop or after the conversion, right? So she can inherit, but children no. Children, she has connection to him because of this marriage after Gerus, but the children have no connection. So usually what? Usually when person dies, man dies, children inherit him, not wife. Wife gets her ksuba, and that's it. So if a person was very rich, for example, when they got married, he was not, but they wrote in ksuba whatever minimum amount, and then he become very rich, and then he dies. And so we take money for ksuba first, give it to wife, and then divide the rest among the children. So wife does not get anything besides the ksuba. But in this case, since these children, in some sense, not related to him, right? They're biological children, but children after the conversion. So in this case, since he remarried his wife after conversion, so yeah, so she gets everything and they get nothing. Okay. Wait 1 second. Okay, so next question. One question about slaves. Oh, I spoke about slaves today in my morning class. I wonder if a non-Jewish slave have option to convert to be fully Jewish one day. How about kids born from a non-Jewish slaves? Okay. Also, I wonder if the Jewish master could force the non-Jewish slave to be with another non-Jewish slave. Okay, all right, okay. So let's Eved HaKanani, right? So slave for the Knaanite slave, basically non-Jew. That's what the halachic term is. Okay. Okay. So again, a question about slaves. Wonder if a non-Jewish slave has the option to convert to be fully Jewish one day. So when a Jew buys a slave, not this Canaanite slave, right? So first of all, it's forever. He can unless I don't know what, unless this slave can pay off, right, his price, or right, or somebody else buys him, or a master decided to release him, right? Otherwise, he stays in servitude forever and ever. But after the master buy him, of course they have conversation, and he has to do I think the word is quasi conversion. I think, right? Maybe it's not the right word, but like a semi conversion, meaning that now the slave is obligated the mitzvahs of like a Jewish woman, a little less. Meaning that he's whatever mitzvahs bound to time, he's not obligated. Whatever not bound to time and bound to a Jewish woman, like Shabbos, holidays, right? He must observe 100%, right? And if he goes away, goes out of the servitude for the reasons we just mentioned, so he does not have to convert. See, he's a Jew. He becomes a Jew. That's the thing. Same as a woman. So sometimes the problem is when they have the slave has two partners. A woman, right? A woman slave has two partners, and one of them freed her, and another one did not. So that's the problem. So she's like between the two worlds. So she cannot marry the Canaanite other slave because she's part free woman, and she cannot marry somebody free a Jew because she's part Canaanite slave. Right? That's the problem. I think we try to push like that person, the second partner, to release him. For the Judgment Day. Okay, so we answered that one. So next question: how about the kids born from non-Jewish slaves? I think these kids are going to be slave forever, and I think that it says that if it's a boy, it's obligation of the master to give him circumcision, right? And they have a status of the parents, so that they consider to be slaves, but semi-Jews, right? Like semi-Jews, meaning if they going to go free, they become 100% Jews. Okay. Next one. I also wonder if the Jewish master could force non-Jewish slave to be with another non-Jewish slave. Say 100%. A Jewish master can force one slave to be with another, like marry another, because he wants kids, right? And I tell you more. This Jewish master can force even a Jewish slave to be with Canaanite woman, with Canaanite maidservant, right? But it's only with condition that this guy is married. So meaning he has a wife, free wife, right? I mean, not free, in the freedom. He has a family, at least wife. Right, so in this case, meaning what? That he is not going to stay with this Canaanite woman forever. So he is going to return to his wife after the servitude is over, meaning after 6 years. All right. So 1 second. One more thing I wanted to add, and all of this. If a master forces, right, this non-Jewish slave is non-Jewish maidservant, right? Non-Jewish slave, woman and a man. So the kids are his. That's simple. But even if the Jewish slave married this non-Canaanite slave, I mean there is no marriage, but they live together. So these slaves, these children, considered to be masters because it's her children. And when he goes out to the freedom, so he goes alone. She's staying, and the kids are staying. So that's how the sages derived it. I think from the verse, and he should work day and night. Oh no, because he worked for you day and night, right? Right. So meaning when this person goes free, Jewish slave, after 6 years, it says don't be cheap, give your own gifts, this and that, right? Because why? Because he worked for you day and night. And sages said that did he work day and night? We said in the laws of the slave, you're not allowed to overwork him, right? So what do you mean day and night? I say yes, they work like a normal job, and the night being producing babies for you. Right. Okay, so next question. Question about visiting a grave. Given a spiritual danger for a woman visiting a grave, right? I wonder if women should visit Merat HaMechpelah. Merat HaMechpelah is a grave site. For sure, it's a grave site, and plus, since it's inside of the cavern, so caverns, meaning that's the problem for sure. A person is inside with this tumah, right? So it's very not recommended. And there is actually a place there when the people used to pray outside, right? There's a door when the Arabs allowed us to come as close to that door, and it used to be the place, and you see the pictures from 100 years ago or more. So all of this Jews were the picture there, praying there, because these animals would not let us in. Right? So, and some Kohanim, I think they still stand there, like by that door, just in case, because not to get impure. Right? So, okay. Right. So, but for sure there is like spiritual impurity there. Okay. So next one. Okay, so continuation on a question about so if a person has a dream and yetzer hara try to get better of him or her, so and the person has solution, go to bed, take some melatonin or something, 10 milligrams, and you out. Okay, so I mean it's I think it's an amazing solution. I mean, if someone follow up on this question. I mean, if someone is in the mode Rambam describes, will be healthy. Okay, for him to really sit, but has no spouse. What is some strategy to calm down? Oh, that's a different story, right? To release Rambam describes well. So healthy, it's only with the wife. So first of all, right? So that's why a man has to get a wife, right? Get married. But if not, so a person has to calm himself down. You usually be something cold, right? So something cold, like they do, like pinch themselves, right? Pinch, like pain for sure works, right? And then physical exhaustion, like push-ups, many of them, until person very very tired, and this thing should go away. Right? If not, so a person says Shema Israel. So there is a special like maybe first they try to say Shema Israel and remind yourself on the day that you die that you're going to go to the bad place. So if not, so it's a hara strong, like right. So then you do all of these things. So ice also works. All this beautiful thing, right? Pain for sure works. Okay, so next question. Right, question about avodah zarah. Oh, I wonder if believing if things without confirmed scientific. I wonder if believing in things without confirmed scientific or Torah proof we know of is a vak avodah zarah. Okay, example. Are we allowed to believe that each certain food is a beneficial for a specific body part which has no clear specific proof, but the food itself is healthy in general and eat it for the purpose? So that's an amazing question. I think, where did we discuss this question? Actually, this question we discuss in our classes when we're talking about the remedy, right? When somebody is sick, right? When somebody is sick and like there is no doctor, and then somebody steps forward and say, I know this thing. Like my grandmother used to do it, my mother did it, and my great uncle used to do it. And you take this herb and that herb, and then you mix and you boil and then chill down, and then this, and then you mix with I don't know whatever. Let's say all the ingredients are kosher. So, and I think it should work. So, guess what? Is it scientifically proven that it worked? No. Right, but if a sick person is allowed to take it, even if it's not came from like advice of non-Jew, right? So I mean, unless it's clear proof it's idol worship, usually it's not. Usually like a tradition, right? So from olden days, so we can rely on these things if they say it works. So even scientifically, it was not proven and you don't have any option, so you can try that. There is no problem. So one more time, the whole question. I wonder if believing the things without confirming the scientificity or Torah proof is avak. So I mean, if there is no proof, if avak avodah zarah, I don't think so. Avak is means avak avodah zarah like a dust. I don't think it's a dust, right? It's a simple tradition, whatever people know. For example, we are allowed to believe that eating certain food is beneficial for a a part of the body. Absolutely, there is no problem whatsoever. People know that. People know that by trial, which has to be clear, scientific proof. But the food itself is healthy in general. Okay, so I mean, so yeah, there is no problem. So I always wonder. I'm going to tell what I was always wonder. I never look into it, but there is a food that our sages discussed. I don't remember exactly where, but they say it's like this food, right? So like if you work on yourself, you're going to be like this food. I think I saw last time I saw it in Rabbi Yonah, and he said that there is some food that is bira, like so bira. So but if you cook it 7 times, you cook it once, you pour out the water. Second time, 7 times. By 7 times, it becomes sweet. And okay, so it is a fact. We're not asking anybody's opinion. There is a fact, 7 times. So I always wonder, like how people knew, like to cook 7th time, like you cook once, it's bira, so it's like poison. So why should you cook 2nd time? Okay, you cook 2nd time, but guess what? You get the same result. 3rd one, like 6th time. But why? What would make you cook 7th time? So I never get an answer. I mean, I never asked this kind of question basically. But there are some people like they have nothing to do in their life. That's my guess, right? And they experiment with things. You understand? So maybe that's how they got to the solution 7 times, and then it's going to be sweet. Okay, sweet and delicious. Right. So same with this herbal things, right? Or even food. Some food like it's known in the culture of the people that know if you if you cook beets or something, you drink the juice. If you look like potato, if you like inhale these things evaporation from potato, like mashed potato, you just boil it. I mean, it helps you what is it? Like if for congestion in the nose and help you with other things. How do the people know? I don't know how they know, but these things work, so we can rely. Is it avodah zarah? No. No. It's not. It's just people just know. And same I think we said if person said that there is no doctor in the room. And then the person, oh no, I know what is it. Sometimes I have exactly the same. For example, they're talking about the third party. I say, I take this and that, and it should work. So if there is nobody else, and person so confident, that's what it is, and yeah, we can follow this advice. Or he says, oh, my mother had it, for 70 years, my poor mother, she had this thing. So exactly, I know exactly the same spots, exactly this, exactly that. So we can rely on that person. Unless you have a doctor. If you have a doctor, that's a different story. So follow-up question on Canaanite slaves. Right, we'll answer all the different questions. So next one. Thank you, Rav. I wonder if a non-Jew other than Canaanite could be slave. Okay. Why we're only referring to Canaanite slaves? Canaanite slaves, because in Eretz Israel they're were more mostly available. Canaanite slaves, people from all of the Canaanite nations, right? Living around, but basically we're talking about any slave, any non-Jewish slave. But Torah uses in Chumash, right? In what is it in the Talmudic literature? I think it says Canaanite slaves. Yeah. Okay, so next question. Rav question about wasting seed. Wonder if the wife is allowed to cleanse herself after relations. Would there be a concern of wasting seed from her body in doing so? So that's a very good question. So again, the question about wasting seed. I wonder if the wife allowed to cleanse herself. So right after relations. So not deep cleanse, but if something like from outside of the body, for sure it's not going to go in. Yeah, so she can cleanse her. So by inside, yeah, it's going to be waste seed. So our sages explained. Maybe we're going to cover this part. We'll see. Right. So she has to lay still for some time and not to move, because you never know what is going to work, right? But right, for the husband, if he knows that she's going to cleanse herself, it's like almost like wasting seed. Like it's not direct wasting seed, because seed went into the right place. But if he knows that she's going to destroy the seed, what was the purpose, right? Okay, so I think we answered all of the questions, unless you tell me otherwise. So the miracle happened. I'm not sure how it happened, so I don't have a charger. So maybe I even broke my cell phone. I don't know while trying to fix it, but Bezrat HaShem. So at least this class we had, we tried to do something with the charger, because I have all of the new cables, a new charger, like fast, like not cheap, and they just sometimes work, sometimes do not work. That's very frustrating. Okay, so thank you for learning with us. I want to wish you a good night and good Shabbos. And we should learn again the next week, Beezrat HaShem. And remember, all of the winter nights, long nights, for Friday nights, as Friday, like Shabbos starts very early, were created only, as Rambam said, for learning Torah. All right, thank you and good night.